We all have our quirks, but Sigma males take it to a whole new level. These lone wolves of the social world have some seriously odd habits that leave most people confused. But to Sigma males, these behaviors make perfect sense. They're not trying to be different, they just are. From their unusual way of dealing with people to their unique communication style, these habits seem strange to most, but there's more to these quirks than meets the eye. Here are 6 of the weirdest habits only Sigma males can truly understand. Number 1. Feeling frustrated when others don't think logically. Have you ever felt that itch in your brain when someone's argument just doesn't add up, or felt like you're the only one making sense in a room full of people? That's a common struggle for any Sigma male. They are logical thinkers and can quickly become frustrated when others don't use reason and facts to back up their opinion. It's not about being smarter than everyone else, but about valuing reason and rational thought. Think about a time when you were in a heated discussion, maybe about the best way to solve a problem. You laid out a logical plan step by step, but then someone else jumps in with an idea that makes no sense to you. They're all over the place, and their reasoning is shaky at best. For a Sigma, this is pure frustration. He sees the simple solution and can't understand why anyone would choose a more complicated or illogical path. It's not just about making decisions. Sometimes it's about conversations and arguments too. Have you ever tried to debate with someone who just wouldn't see reason? Sigma males find it hard to accept when others refuse to think logically, especially when it's about something important. They might try to explain their point, but eventually, they'll just give up and move on. What most people don't realize is that Sigma males aren't just being difficult or stubborn. They really can't understand why someone would choose to think in a way that seems so irrational. Their logical minds just can't wrap around it. They prefer to stick to facts and clear arguments. When the other person goes off track, it feels like hitting a brick wall. This frustration often leads them to keep their thoughts to themselves, avoiding the hassle of dealing with what they see as illogical thinking. They're not trying to be superior, they just find peace in rational conversations and decisions. This logical mindset isn't just a preference, it's how they function. Sigma males are wired to think this way, and it's not something they can easily turn off. So when someone tries to argue with them about something that just doesn't make sense, it's like fighting against their natural instincts. It's not a habit they can change, it's a part of who they are. Number 2. Speaking bluntly and directly. If you've ever been around someone with a Sigma personality type, you might notice they don't beat around the bush. They say what they mean and mean what they say. This direct way of speaking can seem harsh to some people, but for these individuals, it's just how they communicate. They don't see the point in sugarcoating or dancing around a topic. They believe the truth, no matter how blunt, is better than a lie or half-truth. Imagine your friend asks if you like their new haircut. Most people might say it's nice, even if they don't mean it, just to spare feelings. But a Sigma male will likely say, it doesn't suit you. They think it's more helpful to be honest. Their thinking is, why waste time with false compliments when the truth can save you from bigger mistakes later? This habit can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, their straightforwardness is pretty refreshing. You always know where you stand with a Sigma. You won't catch them gossiping or talking behind your back. They value honesty and transparency. On the other hand, their bluntness can sometimes hurt feelings. Not everyone is ready for such direct feedback, and it can come off as rude or insensitive. Think about a time when you were confused about what someone really thought because they were too polite and kept things vague. Now imagine that same scenario with a Sigma male. You'd get a straight answer, clear and simple. It might sting a little, but you'd appreciate the clarity in the long run. Sigma males aren't trying to be mean. They just see the world in black and white. Gray areas and hidden meanings don't make sense to them. They believe that clear communication is key to understanding and solving problems. So while their bluntness might seem like a weird habit, it's really just their way of being efficient and truthful. Number 3. Analyzing everything and everyone. Have you ever caught yourself thinking way too much about something? Well, for Sigma males, this happens all the time. They have a habit of analyzing everything and everyone around them. It's not that they want to be critical or judge people, they just can't help it. Their minds are always working, picking apart every little detail to try to understand better what's going on. Imagine walking into a room full of people. Most folks might just see a bunch of people chatting and laughing, but a Sigma male, he sees who's the most confident, who's uncomfortable, and who's pretending to be someone they're not. He'll notice the way people stand, the tone of their voice, and even the subtle facial expressions they make. This helps him get a read on everyone almost instantly, giving him a better understanding of the dynamics at play. It's the same when trying out new things or places. While most people might just go with the flow and take things as they come, Sigma males dig deeper. They can't just accept things at face value, they need to understand the why and how behind everything. It's like trying to solve a puzzle. They're always looking for the bigger picture and the hidden meanings. This habit has its upsides. It helps them avoid trouble by reading situations accurately and making smart decisions. They can spot lies and fake smiles from a mile away, which keeps them from getting blindsided. But it can also be exhausting. Overthinking can sometimes make simple things seem way more complicated than they need to be. For Sigma males, analyzing isn't just a habit, it's almost a survival skill. They need to understand everything and everyone, or else they feel like they're missing something important. While others may see it as weird, Sigma males see it as staying one step ahead. Number 4, finding comfort in routines but getting bored easily. Do you know that feeling when you get used to doing something the same way every day, and it starts feeling comfortable? That's how Sigma males feel about routines. They love having routines. It's like knowing what's coming next gives them a sense of security. They might wake up at the same time every morning, eat the same breakfast, or follow a specific pattern for getting things done. But here's the twist: despite the comfort routines offer, they get bored easily. Imagine loving your daily morning coffee but suddenly finding it boring because you've had it too many times. That's what happens with Sigma males. They crave new experiences and ideas to keep them engaged and motivated. While routines offer efficiency, they also need variety to stay stimulated. Whether it's finding new hobbies or shaking up their daily tasks, Sigma males constantly seek a balance between the comfort of routine and the excitement of novelty. This paradoxical nature is what keeps them driven. Their routines keep them grounded, but their need for change pushes them to explore new paths. While others might see this as inconsistent, Sigma males view it as a way to keep life interesting. Number 5. Zoning out while thinking and appearing to stare into space. Have you ever noticed someone zoning out, staring into nothing with a blank look? That's a classic Sigma male habit. They might seem like they're daydreaming, but in reality, their minds are racing. Zoning out is like hitting the pause button on the world, giving them space to dive deep into their thoughts. It's their way of processing and organizing all the information they've gathered. When a Sigma male zones out, it's because he's thinking intensely about something, whether it's figuring out a new project or analyzing a recent conversation. This intense focus makes it seem like they're not paying attention, but they're actually in a deep state of concentration. It might look strange to others, but zoning out is often when Sigma males are at their most creative and productive. However, this habit can make them seem distant or unapproachable. If you're talking to a Sigma male and he suddenly zones out, it might feel like he's not listening, but he actually is, just on a much deeper level. Most people misunderstand this as boredom, but Sigma males are rarely bored. They're always thinking and analyzing something, even if it's just their own thoughts. Number 6. Preferring solo work over group collaboration. While many people thrive in group settings and enjoy teamwork, Sigma males find their true satisfaction in solo work. This might seem odd to those who love brainstorming sessions and team projects, but for Sigma males, working alone is where they shine. It's not that they don't get along with others or dislike company, but solo work allows them the freedom to follow their own ideas without interruption. Imagine having the freedom to make all the decisions, set your own pace, and focus on your ideas without the need to explain yourself or compromise. That's what solo work feels like to a Sigma male. They avoid the distractions of constant meetings, office politics, and group dynamics. Instead, they can focus deeply on their tasks and produce high-quality work efficiently. While their preference for working alone might seem like a sign of isolation, Sigma males don't equate solo work with loneliness. In fact, they feel more energized and productive after a solo work session than after a group collaboration. It's not that they can't work in teams, they can and will when needed, but given the choice, they'll always prefer working independently. This habit isn't just about preference, it's about staying focused and bringing out their best ideas without distractions. If you found these insights helpful, feel free to leave a comment. If you're unsure about what to say, simply write done to let us know you watched until the end. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, we invite you to subscribe now and become part of our channel. Thank you for your attention. Until next time.